The Nets play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you tonight, live from Brooklyn, New York. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline. Looking at the Lakers, they took the win in their last game against the Wizards, and that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, the fallout from the Nets trade with the Celtics in 2013, of course, is still being felt all around the league, and GMs are very reluctant now to surrender first-round picks unless they receive major league talent in return. Nobody out there wants to be embarrassed, Kevin, on or off the floor.
Yeah, some lean years in Brooklyn, partially as a result of that transaction. David, as always, thank you. This is the kind of matchup, Doris, that everyone loves. Two high-powered offenses, a lot of pace, should be a lot of fun.
I hope you've warmed up your vocal cords because the pace of this is going to be electric. We've got special and gifted offensive players on both sides. Let them loose. Turn out the gates and let these players play because we're talking about some of the best offenses we've ever seen.
It'll be the Nets off the tip. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Green. Then it's Rajon Rondo. And it's LeBron in at the 3 slot. Durant, that's good.
Boy, Kevin Durant just masterful using screens, understands how to rub the defender off and get an easy opportunity.
Now here's James. Over Durant. LeBron, no good. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Green. Green with the block. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way over Durant. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Davis.
Well, an absolute terror from that spot right there. If LeBron James is rolling, look out.
Irving against Rondo. Irving passes to Hollis Jefferson. It's not going to go for him. Great D that time from Davis. Irving against Rondo. Over Irving. Rondo, good.
And while that jump shot has been a work in progress throughout his career, Rondo every now and then can get hot.
Here's Irving. And a wide open look for Jordan. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Outside, Green. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession.
And you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
And here is Los Angeles now. Now here's Rondo. Cousins from the baseline. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Durant against LeBron. Durant, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. The high post shot. Rebound the Lakers. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
An interconference matchup. They faced these guys twice a season. And last year, they took both games.
And good that time.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Nets trail by 6. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, there's the 76ers, sitting directly below him, just one spot down.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, for me, they've taken the league by storm this season. I felt like they were maybe a year ahead of schedule in terms of being an elite group. But you look at them right now, and here they are.
Yeah, they weren't really on anyone's radar before the season began, but they're definitely there now.
Love the fluid shooting motion from Durant. A high percentage bomber with a quick fire release.
Got a piece of it, and stolen by Jordan. And he uses the glass on the layup. Here's Rondo. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Green's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Irving passes to Hollis Jefferson. Irving using the pick. Good.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
Outside Rondo, he kicks to Davis. Puts it up from 15. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Davis has got his second bucket tonight.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, the defense better take notice because you can't let guys get comfy shooting from their spots.
And how about the vertical of Jordan? Easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
Irving against Rondo. Inside. Left side, Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by Cousins. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And just the rugged nature of Cousins, getting into the body there offensively.
Nets trail by 3. Irving kicks to Durant. Knocks it loose. And it's the Lakers on the break. Pulls up. And there's Green on the assist by Davis. The Nets have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Passes to Durant. It's Hollis Jefferson, top of the key. Pass to Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Rondo. Misses off the right iron. Lakers leading by 5. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable. And of course, we know about DeMarcus Cousins last season and the torn Achilles. I'm just glad to see him back out on the floor and fully recovered. He's put in a lot of work in terms of rehab and make sure that he could get back to doing what he does best.
And with Cousins and that injury, never an easy one to come back from.
Yeah, it's true. But fortunately, Cousins has the kind of skill set that he's going to be effective no matter when he's on the floor. And great outside shot, the footwork, very smooth in terms of ball handling for that position. And most of the players who aren't the same after an Achilles tear don't have the same skill set that Cousins possesses. That's why I think he'll be fine once he recovers from this injury.
And LeBron James last season not slowing down even a little bit. Turned indoors one of his best seasons yet.
Isn't it amazing how impactful LeBron is on the floor at all times? Last year, you think about his passing and rebounding numbers were as good as they've ever been. Only a handful of guys have ever changed the game like he can.
Here's LeBron after Taurean Prince's bucket. Here's Davis. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas. down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Now let's take a peek at the league leaders in scoring. Fourth, Kyrie Irving.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
Irving against Rondo. Kicks it to LeBron. And Jordan sends it back.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
Irving against Rondo. Jordan the screen. The pass to Dinwiddie. That shot off the mark. Nice D from Cousins. Green passes to Davis. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's an 11-point Laker lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Irving against Rondo. Irving can't get it to go.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Cousins dishes to Rondo. Davis sets a screen. Floats it up for Davis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And on the way from Irving for three. Knocks down the three ball. Irving's got 5 now.
No defense right there for that shot from Irving. Released so quick, especially off the pass.
Davis. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
There's a good screen. Irving from long range. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins.
And let's check out stats for James. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, averaging around 26 points per, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
Good on the bucket, and it's 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
I love that Kyrie Irving doesn't settle for something on the perimeter. He goes right to the cup.
Here's Cook. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Nets trail by 10. It's Prince on the wing. Pass to Jordan. Back to Prince. Harris outside. Clock at 6. Jordan with a screen on James. Prince misses. Lakers leading by 10. James in the post. A 24-point outing in their last game against Washington.
And he was aggressive in how he played on the defensive side of the floor, notching 3 steals on the game.
Irving kicks to Harris. Jordan the screen from outside the arc. Harris's shot is off.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
Well, I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Greg, as we get closer to the halfway point of the season, it's clear just how impactful LeBron James has been on this roster.
It is night and day from the Lakers of last year to this year. This is just how much adding a player like LeBron can change your team. He just does so much and opens up so many options for everyone else on the roster.
Cook, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Here's Davis. And finished off by Davis.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Now here's Irving. He has 7. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Irving's got 9.
Well, sometimes it's about shot selection, and Kyrie Irving finds the weakness in the defense consistently.
LeBron dishes to Davis. Over Chandler. Again, the Lakers.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Nets trail by 13. Now Irving. He's got 9. Floats one, and it's good on the layup. He's got 11.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And here is Los Angeles now. LeBron with a screen on Irving. Cook kicks to James. Again, Los Angeles.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's the screen. Chandler the pass to Irving. Jordan the screen. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Pushing it up. Davis up top. He kicks it to Cook. Caldwell Pope outside. Over Harris. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got his first points of the game.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be back with you shortly. DeMarcus Cousins, a fiery disposition. Some wondered how he'd get along with fellow star Anthony Davis. Davis says it's been great.
I always hear that people hate playing with DeMarcus. I love playing with him.
Well, if you want to win, you need all the help you can get.
And they make a great 1-2 punch. I think their skill to score from outside enables them to coexist offensively.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, you love the determination. It seems like every rebound is theirs for the taking. They are overwhelming the opposition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Kyle Kuzma. Contavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Cook. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Davis in at the 4 slot. Irving with it. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Atlanta. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will.
He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Jordan. And Durant subbed in for Wilson Chandler. The Lakers also making some changes. Lance Stevenson comes in for Davis, and it's Avery Bradley in for Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And now that final debt Doris has been paid, it must feel like a huge relief for Nets fans to be done with that trade they made with Boston.
Well, you hate to say it, but trading for KG, Pierce, and Terry back in 2013 turned out to be a disaster for the Nets. Probably set the organization back a good 5 years. They must be thrilled to be out from under the weight of that mistake.
Here is Cook. He's covered by Irving. McGee sets the pick for Kuzma. Right through the D for the layup. And the Lakers lead by 20.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Off the left rim and out. The Lakers have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. it's Durant with the rebound.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
They set the pick. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Kuzma against Durant. Shot clock at 5. A three-pointer is right on target. Durant's got 8 points.
Boy, the quick release of Kevin Durant and the release point so high, you really can't get a good contest on him.
Cook kicks to McGee. Outside Bradley. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Kevin Durant. 8th in scoring, 11th in free throw percentage. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And you noted it, his points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. With the All-Star game almost here, let's see how the West is shaping up. You look at the Nuggets. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And checking out the Lakers, 2.5 games back.
And I think for the Lakers, they've played some good basketball this year. They have to consider this season to be a success in terms of where they are at this point.
Yeah, they're certainly in better shape than I thought they'd be at this stage of the season. And by now we know when they're at their best, they can compete with any team in the league.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
And deadly from pretty much anywhere on the court. Durant is a relentless scorer.
They set the pick. Here's Caruso, and stolen by Harris. Here's Caruch. He's guarded by Stevenson. It's good. Caruch has got his first 2 points. Los Angeles leading by 15. Bradley passes to McGee. Back to Bradley. And Kuzma has it in the corner. McGee a screen. 6 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Of course, I'm sure you look at these players, evaluate who could make a possible head coach out of the group I'm watching right now. And I'm sure there are a couple players that come to mind for you.
Well, I think when you just talk basketball intellect, one of the first guys that comes to mind is Rajon Rondo. I mean, his insatiable appetite to watch film, to have complete understanding not only of the sets of his own team, but Rajon Rondo, when he's on the defensive end of the floor, as soon as a play is called, he will repeat it and basically tell the teammates, hey, look for this action here. So Rajon Rondo comes to mind. Someone like Andre Iguodala, who also is someone Steve Kerr has referred to as maybe the smartest player he's ever been around. Now, so much more to coaching than just basketball intellect. You've got to be willing to deal with the egos and things, and do these players want to do that? Who knows?
Lakers passing it around. Here's Caruso. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Jared Dudley's checked in for the Lakers.
Now into the lineup for the Lakers. Jared Dudley.
Los Angeles leading by 17. Here's Bradley. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Now, to me, the versatility AB offers is tremendous. This is a combo guard with exceptional handle.
There's the screen. A floater, and it's laid up and in by Harris.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
McGee a screen. Caruso kicks to Kuzma. Pass to Bradley. McGee a screen on Harris. Here's Caruso. And here's Kuzma. He's got 6. And it's Durant with the rebound. Now the pass to Caruch. Pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Hollis Jefferson, guarded by McGee. Hollis Jefferson passes to Harris, lays it up off the glass.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Caruso kicks to Kuzma. They set the pick. McGee sets the pick for Kuzma. Kicks it out to Bradley. Over Harris. McGee trying to break free. And the baseline jumper, no good. Durant against Dudley. Durant, the pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Outside Durant. And he uses the glass on the layup. Durant's got 7 now in this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Caruso kicks to Kuzma. Offensive rebound. McGee off target at the rim.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
There's a screen. Pass to Dudley. Kuzma with a screen on Harris. And Bradley gets it to go.
Well, AB working wonderfully off the screen. He cashes in on any space given in these sets.
Dinwiddie passes to Karuch. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Karuch, guarded by McGee. To the inside. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got his second bucket tonight.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Chandler comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Prince in for Karuch. And Cousins kicks to LeBron. Dudley's shot is good. Dudley's got his first bucket of the night. And with Hollis Jefferson in his defense, he's not only strong, but he's versatile with whom he can guard.
Yeah, I mean, RHJ has great length, and at 6'7", he can guard almost every position on the floor. Strong on the glass, even though he's often undersized in his matchup. RHJ is anything but an average player. I really love how effective he's become on both ends.
Chandler kicks to Prince. Jordan the screen.
Really terrific job from LeBron to keep his hands up, his feet moving, gets the challenge on that shot.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, defenders are in the area, and that's all it took to force him to change his release.
Here's Chandler. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Prince against James. Nice D from Chandler. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and that one they showed neither.
No, there's no question, Greg. I thought their defensive intensity was lacking from the outset. It looked like they were just hoping the other team would miss.
Irving's checked in for Harris. And the Lakers also making a switch. Davis is checked in.
Just fantastic defense by LeBron. You have to protect the ball or he's going to swipe it from you with his lightning quick hands.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Davis sets a screen. LeBron passes to Davis. Goes up on the high post. And that one goes long. Nets trailed by 11. To the middle. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Cousins. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Cousins has got 9 points.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Dinwiddie kicks to Prince. Jordan sets the pick for Prince. Offline with his 3. Lakers leading by 13 to the inside and stolen by Prince. It's Chandler high post. Davis is there. Chandler dishes to Irving. 34 seconds left in the first half of the game. And Rondo sends it back.
Oh, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Irving against Rondo. Now, here is Irving. 13 points in the game. Jordan with the screen on Rondo. The tray. No good, trying to beat the buzzer.
And the quickness and long arms of KCP. He does.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. It was a big-time first quarter from Anthony Davis. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, we have to talk about the unbelievable job they've done rebounding the basketball. They've sent body.
And now with the second half.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
We've got Hollis Jefferson, also DeAndre Jordan out there. Durant is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. It's stolen by Davis. Rondo against Irving. James outside. Kicks it to Green. Deflects the pass. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
And it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
This is where we see Cousins a lot. He's always up there among the league leaders in free throw attempts. It's so hard to handle in the post. The D just never knows what to do with him.
Dinwiddie kicks to Durant. 5 on the clock. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, what you love about Kevin Durant is he has established himself as a top 2 player in the NBA. But the reality is he's never forgotten where he's come from. His charity work, his commitment to the communities and to the places that have shaped him. It's really kind of cool, Kevin.
Durant nails both of them. And in 2013, there was a series of commercials calling Durant the nicest guy in the NBA.
Well, let's remember, Kevin, at that time he was a beloved figure in Oklahoma City. He remains tight with a number of staff members there just because of the kind of person and the kind of professional he was. What you love about Kevin Durant is he's a top 2 player in the NBA. But in terms of his charity work, he is right there as well.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Irving passes to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Irving, outside Jordan. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Clock at 6. Here's Irving. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Guys, Kyrie Irving, stronger than he looks, absorbs the contact and still converts.
And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions. And so far, it's paid off handsomely.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
The Lakers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. And that one misses. And Greg, what else is there to say about LeBron? One of the best to ever play the game.
I mean, he's been the face of the league for so long, and he's done a tremendous justice to that title. Has always played with so many expectations and really has met every single one of them. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see a guy like LeBron in the NBA, and he's truly been a generational talent.
And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Wednesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls. And then on Friday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. The Lakers have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight, 6 of 9 to be exact. Doris, statistically, today's game is picked apart by so many different ways. But for you, what are the statistical areas that you are most interested in?
Well, I think one of the things that can be undervalued, particularly from the defensive side of the ball, are things like deflections or charges taken or even shots contested. And I say those things, Kevin, because deflections force an offense to restart. Charges taken gets a possession for your team. And shots contested affects, obviously, the field goal percentage of the team you're guarding. So it's all of those little defensive stats that you really have to track and be monitoring to understand the value that they have on winning.
Very interesting.
And really, even at this stage of his career, James just seems ageless. He continues to dominate night in and night out.
Well, I think you think of the Brooklyn Nets, and though there isn't a ton of wins, I do think you see this team moving in the right direction. Yes, they only had 28 wins, finished 12th overall. But the reality is, on a night-by-night basis, this team gives great effort in the face of adversity.
And the Nets' win total last year, impressive given the injuries.
Well, Jeremy Lin and D'Angelo Russell's injuries obviously made things difficult, Kevin. But despite it all, the Nets were more competitive than they've been the last few seasons. To me, this is an organization that has some things it can build on.
Durant, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's foul number 2 for him.
And still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Davis.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. Just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
Amazing. Even a little bit off target, LeBron knows how to finish the alley-oop.
Irving kicks to Durant. Shot clock at 6. Drills the three-pointer. Durant's got 17.
Well, we know he's got takeover ability, and Kevin Durant is cooking right now.
Rondo passes to Green. To the paint. Here's Davis. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. In third, the Lakers.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Karuch is checked in. The Lakers also making some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Cousins. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Outside Jordan. And stolen by Kuzma. Green, the pass to LeBron. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And that's 21 points for LeBron.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. There's the pick. Here's Karuch. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Back to Cook. There's the triple. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Outside Irving. Kuzma against Durant, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Well, you see, if you're going to foul him, you've got to wrap Kevin Durant up. He's too good at absorbing contact and finding a way to score.
Harris is checked in for the Nets. And then for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee's checked in for Davis. Lance Stevenson comes in for James. And Bradley's subbed in for Danny Green. Here is Cook. He's covered by Irving. Here's Stevenson. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Irving can't hit.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
Free throw good, Kuzma.
And after the Lakers landed LeBron, the talk was about if they would add Kawhi Leonard as well. Ultimately, it didn't happen. Lakers want to keep their young guns in the end, and LeBron has said he felt that the team was ready without Kawhi and came to the Lakers because of that youthful core they had in place. Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Here is Cook. He's covered by Irving. McGee with no one around. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Outside Irving. Pass to Karuch. Jordan with a screen on Stevenson. Here's Durant. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
I'll tell you, he's doing everything scoring-wise this period to try to keep them in it.
McGee a screen. Outside Bradley. Launches a 3. They get it back. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's a nice play. You have to read and react in an instant to have success on the offensive glass.
Harris a screen. Karuch passes to Durant. Outside Irving. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got 21 in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Got that one up quick.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
The Nets have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Durant kicks to Irving. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. 24 points for Kyrie Irving.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
But both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Jordan the screen. Jordan sets the pick for Durant. To the middle. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. First in steals, first in free throw percentage, and ranked among the top 10 in scoring. He can fill it up with the best of them.
And as you said, #1 in steals this season. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming after you. Caldwell Pope kicks to Kuzma. McGee a screen. Kuzma inside. Defended by Durant. Kuzma, that's good. Kuzma's got 10.
Kev, boy, it never gets old watching this guy go to work at the offensive end. He's so gifted.
Harris a screen. Prince the pass to Durant. Shoots over McGee. And it comes off the front of the rim.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Cook dishes to McGee. Caldwell Pope outside. McGee sets the pick for Caldwell Pope. Stevenson trying to free himself up. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket of the game. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Nets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
At the line, your Nets, Wilson.
That free throw missing. Well, you just have to admire the job that this Nets front office has done to improve the roster.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, they have taken on bad contracts in an attempt to gather assets. They have found talents like Spencer Dinwiddie who were passed up by other teams. So even though they didn't have a ton to work with, the team has kept pace with their improvement.
Kuzma with a screen on Harris. And there's the call on Chandler. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Here's Kuzma. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
First free throw is good.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
And the Lakers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Well, Greg, you knew that the Laker front office and Magic were going to do everything they could to bring in big-name free agents, and they succeeded. They got the biggest name of them all in LeBron.
LeBron coming to L.A. completely shifts the mindset of this organization. Team was very busy the rest of the free agent period as well. Still made very aggressive plays as this is a team that is looking to win now.
Caruso kicks to Caldwell Pope. Screened by Cousins. Durant with the steal. Outside Prince. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Harris. The Lakers also with a sub. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Kyle Kuzma.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Dudley with a screen on Irving. Rondo's shot is off. Brooklyn's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Irving passes to Durant over Cousins. Back to Irving. He kicks it to Durant. There's 31 seconds left in the third. And Kyrie Irving gets the three. Irving's got 30.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Passes it to Caruso. 19 seconds left to play in the third. Dudley the pass to Rondo. Shot clock at 6. From about 19 feet, no good.
Boy, that's just the kind of tight defense you need to play on him. Any kind of room at all, and he'll bury it.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. So for the Lakers right now, Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Davis. And it's James in at the 3 spot.
How easily scoring comes for Kyrie Irving. So intelligent, such a good decision maker.
Caldwell Pope kicks to James. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
I'll tell you, he's relentless right now. He's going straight at the defense and knocking down a lot of shots in this quarter.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Net shooting, a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Chandler, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
And James makes scoring look so effortless. Once he kicks it into gear, there's not much you can do to stop it.
Chandler, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Screen by Cousins. Cousins with a screen for LeBron. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Prince. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists in the game.
And this is an area Irving needs to continue to work on, just keeping his teammates involved.
There's a good screen. Here's LeBron. Pass to Cousins. They get it back. James. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. James has got 27 points. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Prince setting a pick for Chandler. Here's Irving. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
Yeah, the screen there shows just how lethal Kyrie can be when he gets a little room, the tiniest amount of space to feel comfortable.
James with it, guarded now by Prince. And that one's good. Cousins.
Physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Down low, and stolen by Cousins. Fires the 3. Shot clock reset for the Lakers. The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. Danny Green, he's checked in for the Lakers.
Well, you think about the Brooklyn Nets and Kenny Atkinson having a tough task of rebuilding this organization. It is still feeling the effects of the trade that stripped them of so many picks. But give Kenny credit for embracing the challenge and knowing there's a long road ahead.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Rondo kicks to Green. Davis sets a screen. There's a screen. The pass to James. And it's Rondo in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got 5 assists tonight. And with Atkinson in the nets, he said it feels like the team is a startup.
Right. Atkinson has taken a more hands-on approach with the team. He works out with the group. He does weightlifting with them. He wants to build the idea that the team is striving towards something together.
Here's Dinwiddie, and he overshot that one, missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
LeBron against Prince. Davis, the pass to Cousins. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the paint. Here's Dinwiddie, and it's in there.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the 4th quarter. Out to the wing. Pass to Green. Outside Rondo, just 5 on the clock. Outside Irving. There's the pick. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Shoots over Cousins. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 6 in the quarter.
I'll tell you, Kevin, Hollis Jefferson continues to put in work on that jumper. Defense has nothing for him there.
Back to Rondo. Davis with a screen on Irving. Outside Rondo. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Bradley's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Nets have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Down low.
Some of that is about the chemistry that Rondé Hollis Jefferson has with his teammates, right? It's infectious when you share the basketball.
Timeout called the Lakers. The G League, Doris, growing roster of teams, introduced 2-way contracts last season. Is it safe to call it an official minor league at this point, you think?
I'm just going to say that I thought this was one of the best changes to the NBA last season. And you look at certain players who went back and forth between the G League, and when they were up with the respective NBA team, they were a significant part of the rotation. Quinn Cook comes to mind. The NBA champion had a 2-way player, Quinn Cook, who was a vital part of their G League and then becomes a vital part of their real-time success. To me, what a tremendous platform for player development, Kevin.
Yeah, the league has gotten it right with this. Outside Jordan. There's Hollis Jefferson. It's not going to go for him. And the Lakers will go the other way with it.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Outside, Green. 6 on the shot clock. LeBron James on the wing. Fader on the way. Count the basket. James has got 8 here in the quarter.
I don't know how it's possible for a player to keep getting better with age, but as LeBron said, he's like fine wine, baby.
It's stolen by Davis. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him.
Los Angeles making a switch here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Cousins. Dudley comes in for Anthony Davis. And Stevenson's checked in for LeBron. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Clock at 6. Outside Irving. And the 3 off target. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Here is Cook. Well, the league taking steps, Doris, to reform the draft lottery, flattening out the odds, doing a variety of things just to analyze the way it works, the mechanics. Do you think the change will be enough?
Well, again, I think this goes back to the leadership at the top of the NBA, and the right man is in charge in Adam Silver. And as is typical to Adam Silver, everything happens with a very measured approach in terms of reform. You do a little bit, and then you evaluate. But I think Adam has made it clear that the change they made to the draft lottery was nothing more than a first step. Now, where do we go from here? That remains to be seen.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Hollis Jefferson, and Caruso is subbed in for Harris. And the Lakers also making a switch. Caruso's checked in. Cook kicks to McGee. Pass to Caruso. McGee a screen. Here's Stevenson. Busts the J after the KG pass fake.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Jordan the screen. Here's Irving. Another shot. And Jordan with the nice inside bucket.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
McGee a screen. Now here's Stevenson. He's guarded closely. Jordan with some nice D. Stolen by McGee. Here is Cook. Makes it off the glass.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Lobs it up for Jordan. Stolen by McGee. Here is Cook. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
The pass to Caruso. McGee a screen. Caruso kicks to McGee. Stevenson outside. Clock at 6. Back to McGee. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Davis.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
And McGee kicks to Cook. Dudley with a screen for Stevenson. Pass to Caruso. Sinks the triple.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
Stolen by McGee. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes to Cook. And it's McGee atop the key. Here's Caruso. Pass to Stevenson. 5 on the clock. Puts up a 3 and another 3 for the Lakers.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
No, I think that they've been locked in during this game. They didn't let the opposing crowd get to them at all. This has been pure domination.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Anthony, an impressive win, and it seemed like a collective effort out there tonight.
Guys come in and stepped up and played tremendously, so I just go out there and play, with all my energy and everything I had in me and leave it out on the floor, and I'm glad we got the win.
Hey, Anthony, thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you, man.
Thank you, David. Great interview.